Good morning, Lucy. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's a Sunday here. It's a Sunday, but it's not going to be a fun day. Might be a fun day, but it's not a day off. Um, because we're getting down to the wire. Let me get my shoes on here. Shoes are all wet, stormed hard. Because we are down to the wire before we leave, I was going to mention to the guys if they wanted to work on Sunday, but I never did because they were kind of calling for rain. But Melinda opened her mouth and mentioned it, and boy, they all said yes, they want to work. I was shocked. I figured maybe 2, 3 might say yes. The whole crew said yes, and that's awesome. That is awesome. So, good morning. So they are all here, and it's Sunday, and we're going to work straight through. They poured the last walls yesterday, and they're going to strip the wood off it. And then tomorrow, we're hoping to pour the roof deck. Who knows? Could happen today. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to pour the roof deck, and that will be the final pour on roof deck. The only concrete that'll be left then to pour is parapet walls, and they're going to work on that each day until we leave. Other things I'm going to try to accomplish is my UPVC doors. They're stored around front where I park. We moved some of them upstairs already. I want to remove the remainder of those up. I want to remove the windows from underneath there and bring those up. So I want to get those things organized. It's coming together pretty good. It really is. Good morning, Mom. It is 100% without a doubt rainy season here now, and it's not good for building. When we built was the perfect time to be building, and it seemed like everything just worked in my favor on every move. When we poured concrete, the constant rains, it never got too hot. We didn't have a real harsh dry season or nothing. Good morning, Nardo. We didn't have a real harsh dry season or anything. It just seemed like all the cards fell right for me and for Melinda. Hey, good morning, Miller. It just seemed like all the cards fell right for Melinda and I. It did. We are very lucky people. Very, very lucky people. A lot of blessings always seem to come our way. Well, that is a great thing. If I was here just staying and not building, and I will be, have been for years, I prefer to not be here in that hottest time. I actually prefer to be here like now, about the time we're leaving. Yeah. Honestly, I used to like to come here in July and August, September, October. Those were some favorite months of mine, because back in Texas, you want to talk about heat. We get hot there, and it is a very humid hot. See, that's the thing. Some of you, where you live in different places of the world and you watch our channel, you're not from places that are like us in Texas. Texas has a very huge swing in temperatures, kind of like a desert does, but I'm talking about during the year. We can get a fairly cold winter, and we can get, like, look at this past winter in Texas, and then we can turn around and hit high up in the hundreds, 107, 108, 109 Fahrenheit, 110. We can have heat indexes 118, 120. And some places even higher when you get all the way down there by the Mexico border and all. So the other thing is, Texas is not a dry heat, like a desert dry heat. Texas is a humid heat, especially on the northeast side of Texas where I live, where there's a lot of vegetation and things like that. We are very hot and humid. Boy, Melinda came to Texas, and it was shocking to her how hot it was. She just didn't picture that because she just thought, from what she's learned growing up, that her home country, the Philippines, is one of the hot places in the world, other than like a desert, you know. And she's like, oh, shoot, it don't get this hot in the Philippines. I said, no, ma'am, it don't. And so I always had a joke that I was going to the Philippines to cool off. And when I was doing building big buildings and all, I would intentionally try to finish up a job in early July and not take on any more work until the fall. And that would be my time to chill and to get away from that mega hot heat. But there was times that we were on jobs that just, you know, the pay on that building was just so high. You can't walk away from it, or you can't not take that contract because it's not the time of year you like. So there was times we endured it, and it was grueling. It's hard to pour concrete in the U.S. then. You can put retarders on it and all that. You need to get up. And there we would be up pouring 4 a.m. We're at job site, 4 a.m. And I mean, we already have it prepped the evening before, and everybody's getting right on it. I'm sure many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. There ain't no wait till the sun comes up because it'll turn so hot, even with a slowing agent, what they call like a retarder or whatever. It was not enough, and by 9, 10 in the morning, it's grueling. We need to be finished on a job like that by, say, 10, 11 a.m. You need to be done, get it really wet, and pull poly over it. And that poly helps hold the moisture down on it so it don't dry too fast, and it has more time to cure. Yeah, so that's just a little chat talking about building and comparison between here and in Texas, in the U.S. there. Texas is very, very hot. So I would like to come always July, August, and over into September, and sometimes on over into October, then return to U.S. so I can be there for deer hunting. We're gonna get back on that routine. Yes, we are. Sunday and they're working. So here's the walls they poured yesterday. They peeled some of the forms. This is facing the front of the house here towards the street. We didn't peel the outside form yet. It's facing front of the street here. And this is up in that foyer area right there in the house where the stairwell will be. So that's looking pretty good. It came out pretty decent. There's the pipes all coming out where the manifold will be for all the cutoffs for the different rooms. So what Mont-Mont's working on now. Hey, Mont-Mont. Hey, this right here, you've got to leave that so that we can get to that electricity and pull the wires. Yes, this one too. You got to leave. You got to make sure that we can get in there later. Hey, don't forget to stuff that full of paper. Yes, sir. And try to put tape on it. Inside. Yes, but the concrete's going to pour in front of it, and we won't see it in there. We won't know it's there. Huh? You know what? Take a piece of, grab that piece of plywood right there. That's scrap. Because instead of pulling that over tight, maybe, no. Just instead of cut this smaller and just put it in the front of it there and then tie it, okay? Just cut it smaller though. I'm gonna leave it there, don't forget it. And that way you don't have to try to put a lot of pressure over on those tubes.
In the form inside, sir, how much the height in the slab?
Do it at 190 or 75 inches. Yeah. Because I want those water tanks right here. So
in the door, sir.
So you're gonna take one of those
door frame.
Yeah, one of those door frames. We'll just do it like at 70. Well, that door is gonna have to be a little shorter, and I have to duck underneath. This came out really good right here. We had a cover on there and all. He's already pulled it all off, checking it to make sure it didn't mess up. Right here in this gap will be a doorway. It'll have a real low ceiling, as you heard us just talk about, and it's gonna have pressure tank in here, and then all the valves going different places for all of the water to the different rooms, as well as I have it set already that if I want to put a dedicated hot water heater in here, I can. Most likely I won't, because I'll probably just use a solar heater on the roof, but the plumbing's still here that can come from it. And I probably won't buy no expensive solar water heater. I'm going to redneck style it. Yeah, because I've done them in the US before. Of course, there I had to worry about freezing. Here I don't have to worry about freezing, so it'll be even easier to make my own solar water heater. Super easy. No sense spending all that money for it. But it's all plumbed here. It's all ready for it. So anyway, that's this room. The rest of it will just be used for storage up here on the roof deck. Up here they're cleaning up lumber from the forms. Over here on this side, they're working on the parapet wall here. A little short wall like you see right there. They're working on that. Both here and down there as well. And it looks like Ambin is extending up the columns. Hey, Ambin, you need to add some steel longer right there before you tie a bunch of stirrups in there maybe. That's you got steel here, is that what that is? Okay. Hey Ambin, the number one thing that needs to be done is that form on the front of the house. That form that he's got tied right there, that's the most important thing. Super important. Yeah. We need that where it's ready, so in the morning, first thing we can just pour concrete. Yeah, because we got rain, storms coming every afternoon. We need to be pouring in the morning. Yeah. So that needs to be our number one goal. Mark, I think I'm gonna move you, man. I'm gonna move you. The number one goal is get up there and help Ambin get that form on the front of the house up there on that beam, because we need to have that ready to pour the top in the morning. We got a monsoon rains coming, and every afternoon we're gonna get hit with heavy rain. So early in the morning, we need to be pouring that roof deck. We don't need to wait till 10. We need to be on it. So he's got the pieces made. Once y'all get that done, when I go get this, and we'll make this, we'll worry about this more after that. I was mega stressed for days. I'm talking about so stressed I couldn't even hardly do a video or record, because just the weather, it's been pouring down rain. The guys have been in slow motion, and I got upset. Some of them got upset with me because I blew up on them. And only one kept tempo, only one. Because he got mad. He was the one I was most upset with. He got mad and walked off and went home. But then when it come payday, he was mad at Melinda for not painting for a whole day, even though he quit early. He worked the following day, but he quit early that day. But and he had left early another day as well without asking us, and another day before that he had left, and one day he only worked half day. And he is mad because his sister deducted that, you know, basically calling her greedy. I'm like, yeah, you just keep up that attitude, we'll remember it. Family, boy, family. But anyway, Melinda's like, you shouldn't get on to them. I'll tell you what, it lit a firecracker underneath them. I said, Melinda, sometimes you have to be a boss, not a buddy. Sometimes you got to be a boss. And we are on crunch time here. I also talked to them about that. I said, man, we are on crunch time. They like basketball. And you know, I said, man, it is the fourth quarter. The clock's about to run out and we got to make the shot, man. You got the ball, but we got to make the shot. And I need you all to stand up here and make the shot before the clock runs out. And man, they did. Yesterday was an amazing day them working. And today on Sunday, they came back and working on Sunday to see this through so we can get everything done. So yeah, sometimes friends, family, no matter what, a job is a job and a boss is a boss. And I hate it, but I had to be a boss.